The first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to give you an overview of the board, and then we're going to spend most of our time right here in the task list. So in the first column where it says start here, scroll down to the strategy overview. The strategy overview is this video that we are doing right now. It's going to be an unlisted video on my YouTube channel, so that link is going to be right here. Feel free to come back and watch, take notes just as many times as you want. This is your video, and again, it is unlisted. I like to keep everything at your fingertips, so access to the member portal you can find right here by just clicking on the login link. The next thing that I want to cover here is the community threads. Now, you have already been posting in the community threads, and the way that we break the task list down, I give you, for the next 90 days, I give you your one big goal. So make sure that you're posting the one big goal. I know that you've been posting in the Friday Win threads, so make sure the actions that we take each and every day that we're posting in the Friday Win thread. And then finally, the last Thursday of the month is that transformational Thursday post. This is an opportunity for us to look at where we were at the beginning of the month and then the transformation that we have had based on the steps that we have taken. So I really just wanted to highlight these community threads and remind you this is a way that we can keep each other accountable to completing the task each and every day. Hey there, it's Rhonda Melody. If you like what you're seeing, make sure to hit the subscribe button below so you know when I publish a new video, probably any minute now. Here you'll see your daily affirmation posted here. Recommend that you take a look at that. And one of the things you've listed here, eat that frog. So we've listed 3 different things, and we definitely cover those here in the task list. So I'm not going to get too much into what you've listed here for eat that frog. One of the whole process of filling out the mini-map questionnaire helps us to find more clarity in what our offers are going to be, who we want to serve, what our experience is, what are areas of opportunity. So I hope that you see that as you have gone through this process. All of the answers and responses to your questions are listed here in each category. I've organized them there for you. And then finally here at the end, we see how we organize our business into revenue, marketing, and operations. I've also color-coded these with the labels. Green means go for revenue generating activities. Marketing is yellow. Yes, it's definitely something that we have to do in order to generate revenue, but I want you to be cautious and be very intentional with your time. And then operations is red. Why do we code the operations red? We do so because these are things that we need to do in our business, like our monthly review of our tools, looking at our profit and loss statement, all of those things that we need to be doing, but we need to schedule that. Be very intentional with your time and not spend your time here in operations. All of these cards that we have, whether it's the workflow, the client management, the marketing plan, email service provider, all of these links link directly to your Systems by Design dashboard. So I've put all that information there. And you can see the responses to the questions in the mini-map. Do you use a client intake form? No. Do you use a discovery call sales script? No. Do you have a client onboarding system in place? No. It's okay that you have answered no here because we've given you the tools and resources, and we're giving you the time to complete these tasks to help build processes for you that will support you as we start the implementation phase. So we're going to focus most of our time right here on the task list. So I'm going to click up. As soon as I do, based on your inputs, I want this to be a jumping off point for you, and I want you to be able to implement this system once it is up and running consistently for at least 3 months. I would love for you to stay focused. I would love for you to find your ideal client, because this is a system, once it's set up and once you're known for the system, and I'm going to share a couple things here for you to really help jumpstart, then this is something that if you wanted to build a team that you wanted to delegate this this setup to, it would be very, very easy to train somebody up to do this. This is also going to allow you really insight into business owners, what they're doing, and it could also, I think, open up opportunities where you find that you want to expand your business, okay? So let's just take a look at it, and I'm going to kind of share with you why I've said Systems being a system setup manager. And I've also already started with the package here, okay? So your overall business goal is to, number one, create your offer, two, structure for your business, and three, marketing for your business. You'll notice that some of the things that we're going to do are also completing the one big goal that I've set out for you for August, September, October. It's also going to accomplish your Eat Those Frog tasks and the obstacles that you feel are in your way, okay? So when we go for the one big goal thread, so the one big goal for August really is focusing on your package. And I'm gonna go over this in just a second. I'm getting you started here with your package. The one big goal for September, discovery call management and really client management. And then the one big goal for October is implementation. So let's go ahead and we're going to take a look, and I'm going to come back up here to the package. So really, I would say the first thing that we need to do is business organization. So if that's not already done, if your business binder is not already set up, let's go ahead and take care of that. The second thing that I would say, every 90 days, you need to be going through the Time Management Rockstar, making sure that you're mapping out your time that you have available to work on your business. And then we're going to create those processes right now that will support those magical pockets of time, okay? So that's the first thing. So we've got business organization and we've got Time Management Rockstar. When we're looking at our overall 90-day checklist, and this really happens kind of simultaneously, building our workflow as we're building our package, and I'll get to that in just a second. The client management system comes next, and then really marketing and calendar system work hand in hand as well. So for August, this is really all I want you to focus on for the month of August, is really completing the package system, okay? When it comes to niche hacking, I would highly recommend, and I'm saying niche down to Dubsado, but once you start to do this over and over again, really setting up these systems, you could use any project management tool. All right, but I want you to focus first, and I want you to find more information out about your customer, and I want you to have a comfort level and a confidence level when it comes to confidently setting up someone's 5-minute client onboarding. Okay, so for niche hacking and going through the niche hacking workbook as well as the workshop, I recommend that you join the Dubsado private Facebook community if you're not already there. Not only are you going to learn a lot, this is exactly how I learned how to use Dubsado, by going through and looking at the questions that people were asking, but there's so many niches in this community. They're wedding planners, they're photographers, they're service providers that, and they post jobs in this community as well. And so I think that this is just a fantastic opportunity for you, and an opportunity for you to identify your dream customer as well, because it could be someone in the wedding niche, it could be in the photography niche, and within the photography niche, you know, there are several different types of photographers. The next thing is kind of working hand in hand when we've done the niche hacking. The reason being is because there are people that specifically set up Dubsado for clients, and you will see those and you will find those. So this will make niche hacking very easy. You'll also be able to do your homework for the dream customer. You're really, again, looking for people that have a revenue of between I would really like them to see $5,000 a month. The reason being is that they're just at the cusp of, they're turning a profit, they're successful, and now they realize that they need to get their processes and systems in place, but they don't know where to turn. And then that is where you come in, the customer journey, and that masterclass with Brooke Evans, being able to understand where they are in that journey and answer those questions before they even get to asking those questions during the discovery call. Okay. The other thing is that definitely I want you to go through the package generator more for using the power words that you're implementing, you're creating, you're designing when we come to like listing out what the package is. The a la carte pricing is there. However, I'm going to caution you and say I would not start with adding a bunch of a la carte items. I really want you to very quickly launch and get a quick win, and then let that spread to the next client, to the next client, to the next client. And if you think about it, we've mapped out our time, so you know how much time you have. And once you do like 5 clients, right, setting up the 5-minute client onboarding, you're going to start to get really good. And you're going to be able to see how much time it's going to take to complete the task, and then really exceed their expectations, create just an amazing client customer experience where then word of mouth will spread and your time would be booked out. I want to pop back up here because when you're doing your niche hacking, you're probably going to see a lot of people that set up Dubsado, they're going to set up more generic listings. And you can eventually go that route. I wanted to be really specific because this right here, the 5-minute client onboarding, catches people's attention immediately because they know how much time they're spending when it comes to onboarding a client. All right. And the winning thing that you have in your gap right now is the fact that Cameron has really laid out this training for you inside our dashboard. And so I want you to set this up for yourself once, and you'll see how much time it takes. Go ahead and make all the mistakes, have all the tech hiccups, use tech support through Dubsado, get inside the community, ask questions, all of the things, because then when you land your first client, this is going to be a very easy sell. 5-minute client onboarding, and this can go for most any niches. It's going to help you explore different niches and who you want to work with, who you really enjoy setting up. So specifically what I've done here is I've listed a couple of things to get you started. So set up Dubsado dashboard. So the thing is, you want to be really specific. So if we're setting up their dashboard, the type of information that you're looking for is their email. And you can create this questionnaire as you were setting up your dashboard. Okay. So you want to think about when you sell this, then you create a custom portal for your client, and waiting inside that portal is a questionnaire that they fill out so you can quickly then set up and have all of this information at your fingertips. The customer needs to be able to provide you the branding assets. So they want to give their logo or maybe a header for the client portal to get you up and running started, their brand colors, you want to know their fonts, that sort of thing. Integrate Google Calendar. And the Stripe setup, the thing that I would do for Stripe setup is they probably want to set up their finances themselves. And so you could do a quick video and show them how easy it is to set up Stripe. This also includes, the client intake form. Well, guess what? You have access to a client intake form that you can customize for them. Contract needs to be provided by the customer. You don't want to get involved with using a contract that you found online. This is something that protects them legally, so make sure that that is provided by the customer and make sure that's spelled out. And I think too, kind of going through those things that the customer needs to provide you also kind of puts you in the director's chair and gives them the confidence that she knows what she's doing, she's the expert, and she's going to set this thing up just to run very smoothly. Confirmation email. So from the client intake form, they need a confirmation email, a contract email, and portal access email. So these are 3 emails. You can create templates for all of these and then very quickly customize them based on the customer. The next thing, because this is the 5-minute client onboarding, and if you think about the whole process, I would also include set up scheduling automation. That would include confirmation email, reminder email, reschedule email, and follow-up email after the call is made. All right. So that would be scheduling. And then the other thing that I would do is I would do a guided tour of the dashboard and workflow. So this could be a recording that you share with them, again, in their portal. So at the very end, you want to wait. You don't want to give this to them immediately, but you want to, as you tie everything up and deliver access to the portal, access to their Dubsado account, the 5-minute client onboarding, then there is a video in there, a guided tour of the dashboard. Now here is the bonus that you're going to offer. And you really build this up as just setting them apart from all other photographers that are out there, is how they can create a custom experience for each client. And you can do this very easily with, I've got a tutorial in there where you can use Canva, which is free, so you don't have to worry about using Photoshop or something like that. I would just add this tutorial, so you record it once and it's done. And you can even record this on Loom, okay, and it just be done. I want packages to be starting somewhere at $697. Now, I know that there are packages that are anywhere from $897 to $1,200 to $1,800. The whole idea is really establishing your knowledge of Dubsado, getting some wins underneath your belt, building a client roster, getting some testimonials, getting paid for your work. They are teaching you how to build your business, right? They're paying you to build your business. And this is such a sweet spot. And then again, 5-minute client onboarding. This sells it right here. Okay, so this gets you started. I want you to continue to flesh this out, okay, as far as your package. And then again, using power words. So that is the only thing that we are doing for the month of August. And I just want, by the time you have set your own Dubsado up, you have gone through the training, you have clocked yourself, so to speak, how much time it takes you to complete the work. Because as soon as, you're setting this up, and this is going to take care of the customers that you get, you should be able to set up your invoice. You should be able to set up the contract. You should know how long it takes you to complete this task. As you start, it's going to take you longer. So let's say, for example, it takes you 5 hours to get started. As you do more of these, it's going to take you, say, 2 to 3 hours, or even less. The great example of that is Kelly. And her marketing system, when she first started, she hated doing it. It took her over an hour and it gave her hives, so to speak. Now she does it. She has a process. It's stored in Trello and it takes her 15 minutes. And she's doing more outreach now because she's very comfortable and she's confident and she's got everything at her fingertips where she can easily customize and reach out to her dream customer, okay? So this is all we're going to focus on for the month of August, all right? When it comes to September, the next thing that we're going to really focus in on is the client, the business systems, and really client management. So customize that client intake form, which is inside your dashboard. Customize that discovery call sales script, and I want you to practice this. You're so good on camera. You have a very calm presence, and I know that when you get on with someone and they filled out your client intake form, really all that discovery call sales script does is reinforces what they need. And going through the customer journey, all of that in the month of August is going to set you up for success in September, okay? You're already, you've gone through what you're actually going to set up, which is that 5-minute client onboarding. So create the Dubsado client workflow. So for you, I want you to set this up for your clients that you're going to have. And then I recommend that you complete a discovery call workshop inside the Systems by Design community. This is just going to help. I think it's really important, not necessarily just to read everything, because when we read it, that's one skill set. But when we say it and when we can see it, it's a completely different skill set. And the thing is that you want to be very confident in your approach when you are doing your discovery calls, okay? So we are setting up the systems for cash flow that are coming in October. And all the while, you are in the Dubsado community, you're learning more, you're becoming more confident, and you could even start networking. But the key here is that I want you to stop and focus just on setting up what you're going to sell, your offer, and then setting up how you're going to manage that. Because you can imagine if someone hires you to set up a 5-minute client onboarding and you don't have your setup in place, then they're not going to have a lot of confidence in the product that you're delivering. And then the other part of that is you're not going to get the very easy testimonial. You're not going to get the very easy word of mouth advertising, because as soon as you close down and you deliver to someone, you know, that final call needs to be, who do you know that could utilize my service? And the other thing for you is that I would also, this is a great video ask. So I would even like review, you've done video ask several times now. So I would review the video ask tutorial and I would even set up one for yourself, okay? Because this is, I love this, love video ask, and that would be fantastic for you. You could use the transcriptions or you could use the video. Now it comes to October. Really, we'll talk about website here in just a second. The thing that I want to talk about for October is really the implementation phase, okay? So we're going to do the daily marketing, which for you could just be inside of Dubsado, or you could find that there is a place where photographers, this type of photographer hangs out, and that's where you go. But we've already done all of this work, and we're not doing it all at one time. We've done it during August, and we've done it during the month of September, right? And so we're going to implement now our daily marketing. And again, I just want you to think back to Kelly's video. It took her an hour. Her goal was 1 a week. Now it is 7 a week, and it takes her 15 minutes. And she front loads it. What we mean by that is that she does it Monday, Tuesday, so she doesn't wait till the end of the week, is stressed out, and just reaches out for the sake of reaching out, right? We want to maximize our time, and we want to be as efficient with our time as possible. We're not going to know. I want you to think this first month is all about collecting data. So the reason I have this listed here and the way that I have it is, how many discovery calls is it going to take in order for us to secure the number of clients that we need to reach our financial goal? You have a really great, this is just a very easy one-off. And so you say, Rhonda, I've got 20 hours a week. It takes me 4 hours to do this setup. Well, between really marketing, when we get to this point, it's just marketing, discovery call, and completion. And you start to get really good at this. Now we start to subcontract, and we have somebody do the basic setup, or you have refined the training and they can do the whole setup for you. So you are the face of the business now, and all you're doing is marketing and discovery calls. And then you have a team that can help you do the implementation. So you're forward facing with the client, and this is all you do. You are known for this thing, right? So we're not going to know. So the number of discovery calls we need in order to secure the number of clients we need to reach our financial goal. And then the onboarding, which is done very easily because you've already set up your system back here in September. And then you do the workflow to complete the work, right? And the more that you do this, the more confident that you're going to be and the less time that it's going to take. As far as your website goes, I want something that is just really easy. You know, this month, one of the things that we did for the One Big Goal coaching call, I gave you several resources, and it's really just 2 pages, and you have access to Tech Lab, which gives you Squarespace tutorial and a 20%, I believe it's a 20% discount code, okay, to get up and running. You really, this needs to be something that we can set up in a weekend and we are done and move forward. It's not something that you really want it to suck a lot of time, right? The One Big Goal then is implementing your marketing strategy in communities where your ideal customer is hanging out. Now, these are course creators. These are membership owners, right? This may not be your person. And it's okay if that's not your person. Your photographer maybe not necessarily going to be hanging out in Teachable Kajabi with James Wedmore, Amy Porterfield. They're going to be hanging out in other areas, maybe with Jenna Kutcher or someone else. Okay, maybe another, like you could think about someone who, a photographer who does a lot with Instagram. Maybe that's where they're hanging out, okay? But we want to implement a marketing strategy where our ideal customer is showing up and where you can offer your service, which we've done all of this work back here in August and September, okay? And it maybe it's just that you hang out in the Dubsado community and you're the go-to for the thing, and people catch the phrase, the 5-minute client onboarding. Really, when you're looking here is that the package listed on the website, we want to use power words. That's why we have done that work all the way back here in August. And then the other thing is really the last point here is to use that client attraction starter kit template to set you up as the expert. I love, love, love this template. And, based on the niche that you're going to serve. So you could talk about productivity, you could talk about systems, 5 tips on ways that you can be more productive throughout your day. It just depends on the niche that you're going to serve, okay? We give you the tools to get it up and running quickly, and you've done the work back here, so filling out the information in that client attraction starter kit should be really easy. Typically, it takes people anywhere, I'd say 2 to 3 hours to get this whole thing set up. So from start to finish, actually completing the template and customizing it for you and your business. We give you the landing page copy, so just pick whatever it is you want to use, put that on your website, and then the email sequence. So if you don't have an email service provider set up, I recommend MailerLite. There is a MailerLite tutorial inside of Tech Lab that will help you, because MailerLite is free. And your whole goal right now is to, yes, build your email list, but the idea of your the starter kit, the client attraction starter kit, the whole idea is that you want to get those people to click on the client intake form, because that's where your money is, to qualify them. If the biggest thing that I'm going to say here is that you have to use that client intake form. It leverages your time. If someone doesn't want to take the time to fill out the form, how likely are they going to be to show up to your discovery call? Really, really, really important that you do that. And then following that discovery call script, because really it just reinforces what they've said in the client intake form. And it's a way for you, a prompt for you to go through those hard questions. For example, well, my starting fee or packages start at $695. Is this still in your budget? Let's go ahead and talk about money first and get that out of the way, and then you can focus on the good stuff. And then when it comes to the end and you are offering a la carte items, then it's like a buffet, and they are picking what they want. You can go ahead and collect the money right there on the call and not even send an invoice. You can do it while you're on your Zoom call. This is very transactional, this particular offer. And this offer can evolve to business intensives. This can evolve to a full system setup. This is just the tip of the iceberg for you, but this gives you a quick win. It makes you an expert. It makes you a go-to for the thing which so many people, coaches, consultants, photographers, doesn't matter. They all need a client onboarding system. And the other thing that I didn't mention in here is that you know that when you set up for Dubsado that you become an affiliate. And as an affiliate, then you're going to get paid every single time someone signs up for Dubsado. So if they don't have a Dubsado account at all, that's another source of revenue for you as well, okay? So I love, love, love everything in this task list, and I love the System Setup Manager. I think this falls in line and it focuses your time and energy just based on everything that you have listed here, okay? So there's lots to do, but I think that you're in process of doing several of these things already. The biggest thing that I can say, Christine, is that we really just focus your time and energy this month, and we take care of the package. You can see, the activities that we take in August, the activities we take in September will serve us when we get to the implementation phase in October. Okay, and because you're already in this Dubsado community and it's really a hotbed, you could have clients well before October. But I want to make sure that your systems are set up, because you are saying you are a systems setup manager. And even this title, like right now we call yourself a system setup manager, say this several times. And as you are working with your clients, this may change and evolve. Like what sounds better, what works better, what makes sense to your dream client. Okay? So that is it. Thanks for spending some time with us today. Click the link. It's the first link. We make it super simple for any of the tools and resources that we talked about in today's video, helping you make it easy for your freedom